Dragonchain, Dragonchain, ja ich rock die Dragonchain, Dragonchain, ja ich rock die Dragonchain, Dragonchain, yeah Galaxy Boy. Ja, ich hab den Dragon Spirit, Dragonchain den Neck, ich kill es, ja ich kill es, ey, ja, ich hab den Dragon Spirit, Dragonchain den Neck, ich kill es, ja ich kill es, Speie lila Flammen, ganzes Game am Brennen, yeah. Du machst den Track hier an, deutsche Rapper rennen, ja du weißt ganz genau, dass alle grad erkennen, dass ich einfach besser rappe als die deutschen Rap-Legenden. Meine Rap-Skills technisch heftig, deine Rap-Skills sind extrem schlecht, Bitch. Du bist nur ein Cash-geiler Zweck, Reimer mit Patent auf Rap-Nis. Ich bin echt nicer Textschreiber mit den besten Tracks, Bitch.
Ey, yo, Alter, nur kurz gefragt, ist schon alles so? Kannst du nicht wenigstens noch so einen ganz kurzen Part bringen?
Pass auf, mein Beast ist Trapped in the brain, Chains gonna break, Vogel da fliegen, die Flex insane, Text in great, ich war late, for jedes Familie nicht einfach das Game. Im Netz machst du auf Gangster, redest davon, dass du Cash hast, auch in Real Life bist du Penner, ein Kinderwitz wie der Wendler. So, hast du jetzt genug?
Yo, das war übel krass, Mann.
Danke, Mann, und weil du es bist, kommt hier nochmal die Hook für dich.
Welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky. The show will begin momentarily.
Yeah. Young Satoshi. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Dragonchain. Mine 10 blocks on a blockchain. My ETH father for the got paid. These records selling like they hotcakes. We go to the moon like we don't got breaks. If you want to transact on a marketplace, Dragonchain. Mine 10 blocks on a blockchain. My ETH father for the got paid. These records selling like they hotcakes. We going to the moon like we don't got breaks. If you want to transact on a marketplace, Dragonchain. My ETH costs more than your rent. I spend my life savings, get a 10. Dragons get the hottest coming next. Me and Joe Rose make a bet. All this shit seem new to me. Mix a blockchain with security. Keeping data safe is the fluency. How could you not fuck with the company? Ooh.
All right, welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky, the Dragonchain update show. This is episode 1/34. That's 0x134. It's the 308th weekly episode with an AMA, which stay tuned after the updates for the AMA. Hopefully there's some questions already. If you don't have a question in, get one in now. Have a couple of updates today, important, related to Dracaria. And so stay tuned for that, and we'll just walk through otherwise. So first up on Dragonchain updates, last week's episode of this show produced 518 lot. There was only one question for 259 lot. The host received 129 lot, and Dragonchain received 130 lot. So see that one question. It's like it's a good competition, right? Let's see here. Next on Den.Social updates, DenDAO meetings on Thursday at 1500, but I don't see one for July 3rd, so we'll have to check in with William, with the Emperor, I am for I am, and see if there is a DenDAO call today. He had been out, so it's entirely possible it'll be moved to next week. We will see. So just pay attention. Go to the DenDAO layer, just /L/DenDAO, and follow there. Make sure that you pay attention. It's a meeting, so you can come in and ask questions without your camera on. You can you can post questions or comments in the post for the meeting as well. So all good stuff. And let's see here. Next, we go to World Blockchain Roundtable. Last week was wallet security in the quantum computer age. There's actually some important and interesting info on last week's episode. You should get in there and watch it if you haven't already. And the more people that watch it, the first week, the more views it gets on all platforms, X, YouTube, etc. The more all the participants will get. X actually counts it. A lot of times YouTube is not, they do not count views. So do know that, watch it on X, I guess. It makes the best sense. And this week, today, the subject is current events and blockchain solutions paired up, episode 215. Make sure you get a question in. Let's see if there are any questions already. Oh yeah, we've got a good handful of questions, so that's awesome. Get in there and get a question in while you have a chance right now before the show goes live. It is at in about 50 minutes at 11 Central, 1100 Eastern, 1500 UTC, 10 o'clock Central. Make sure you get in there and do that. Patent tokenization update. No updates since last week. We're waiting on feedback from a couple of parties. So again, go get your account on dex.finance. That's DEXX.finance. ASAP to be ready. We're pretty much on the technical side ready to go. We just have to figure out, whether we want to launch it now or wait a little bit. So then we go to, one second here. We go to the Meme Asylum update. Make sure you go join the Meme Asylum Telegram. That's t.me/Meme Asylum, all one word. Also, join the Meme Asylum community. It's the one with this the crazy graphic at the top. And follow Meme Asylum X on X. And make sure you're there for updates. Hopefully we'll have a couple of updates in the next week or so, but either way, all of that's in process and developing, so we'll let you know what happens. And okay, so now we are at the Dracaria update. So before I mention anything else, make sure you're following Dracaria World on X for updates. That's the kind of the main place so that everybody sees it. We have a Dracaria lair that is currently private on Den, and that is where all of the DAO votes are. There's a DAO vote right now to finalize some of the numbers, some of the variables before we launch. So follow us on X when after the first dragon is revealed, after the first egg hatches. At some point after that, the lair on Den will be made public, so you'll be able to join that then too and watch and even go look at history if you want. But either way, that is there, and I'll give you the rest of the updates now, which I have up here. Sorry, 1 second. And this is, I have to do this on a shrunk screen, so apologies for that. One way or another, I'm going to show you here. Let's see here. I'm gonna go here now, and you'll see. So, whoops, this is not even the right one. See, there you go. There you go. This one is the one that we wanted to show you. And one way or another, Dracaria.com is now open. You can see that we are in the primordial stage, the primordial season. There are various things you can go to, light or dark mode. I'm just going to walk you through all of the site real quick. So landing page, nice, simple stuff. There'll be a lot more here later as things develop, but it describes the, gateway keys, the ecosystem, the genetics at a high level, seasonal events, talks about the community hub. You can see that the team has mostly started to join. I think that the people who won gateway keys have already been invited to come and register. Essentially, if you haven't gotten that invite yet, go to Dracaria.com. If you click on the in the upper right, you'll see there's a register or sign in button, and go there, register, and then send your email to Jason, who is handling all the social media stuff, and we will then get your gateway key to you. So for all those questions about how do I get my gateway key that I won, this is how. It's finally here. And this is essentially right before the rollout, where now we're going to let everybody come in and get all the gateway keys assigned. We still have some to give away. So depending upon what day we launch, and it is going to be very soon, depending upon what day we launch, we will still, of course, be giving out those last few handfuls of gateway keys. I think we're going to probably do it on a few different podcasts, and we'll probably do some of our own giveaways either on this show or on the roundtable or something else. So pay attention to all that, because there are not very many of them for Genesis season, and it's going to be very interesting. So, okay, there's an about page which has a lot more description. I'll let you guys go and delve in a little deeper. You can register and everything there. There is a team page where when I spawn an egg, when the rest of the team spawns eggs, you will see that their eggs will appear. And when we get all of the registrations linked up to, you'll see what their display names are and everything else. All good stuff. And then there is a community tab where you can, when there are eggs, when there are keys even, and when there are dragons, you'll be able to see all of them, sort them. And when you have a full-size screen, the interface is a little nicer, but you can filter them, sort them, everything else. And then the same thing for your own collection. And we don't have it in there yet, but it's going to be set so that you can go and see other people's collections and so on. And there will be a marketplace. There is a news page, which I think there's still have a few things. Yeah, we have to add some of the latest news in here from Lucius. By the way, there was a great article yesterday from Lucius about the pedigree, the history of Dragonchain, what led into Dracaria. The white paper here, I'm not going to click on it because it'll open a new window. And it's coming soon. There will be an actual marketplace for trading, selling, buying eggs, dragons, keys, other things. So it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. And, you know, hopefully everybody gets excited about it when they see what they actually look like in real life. So I'm also going to show you, let's see here. I'm going to go in. Okay. So the latest article from Lucius was really good. I think we have 2 more articles remaining. Let's see here. In fact, I'm going to go back here. One of them is, the next one is on the, I guess how the governance will work and how the broader ecosystem fits together with Den.Social and etc. And then the last one, I do believe, is on the concept of a what do I want to even call it, a platform for creation of characters, right? Like a character creation platform, which, when you think about it, the way it fits into gaming is really nice, because a lot of traditional gaming studios will have interest in the fact that there's scarcity, yet it's provably fair, and there's a reason that you know, that people, it'll drive people to be more interested in certain traits, and that lends itself to something we've already mentioned once in one of the articles Lucius did, but that we will have the notion of a genetic utility, or a gene utility, so that certain genes, or even some features, because some features, if you've looked at the white paper, are not genetic. They're not something that you could pass along in breeding to to another generation, but they are traits that are unique, rare, and because of the way that they are produced, they're provable, and it's it's the significance of an unlikely event, essentially. But what we're going to try to do is build out games and other applications where those genes or those special traits actually matter, right? Where there's a reason someone would say, you know what, I don't even care that I don't like the color of this dragon. I want it because it has this particular feature, or measure, or gene, or whatever else, right? Very interesting stuff. Super important. And I don't know, I think it's going to be quite interesting to a lot of people. And there are a couple of concepts in there that we think will really be attractive. Let's just say attractive. So anyway, so that is all of the updates for Dracaria. Again, make sure you're following Dracaria World on X, and Dragonchain on X for that matter, because like say, all of to get better exposure, all of those articles are going out on Dragonchain's account, so that and then retweeted, reposted by Dracaria and all of us, and make sure you go in there and share that stuff too with friends or anybody, or people who follow you might be interested. So it's very important, very, very important. And let's see here now we are going to go to the AMA. So if you haven't gotten it in, get it in now. There to refresh. It's too late. Hopefully you clicked it. And here we go. So free press. What factors determine when is the best time to launch the patent tokenization? That's a good question. Business, like say partners, who is going, let me double check something, make sure I'm on. Am I on the wrong one? I think I am on, and I can't even see this stupid. Yeah, this is the wrong one. Sorry. Well, there you go. All right, let me go here. I'll go to 134. I had the wrong link. And man, What a frustrating thing. Okay, I had the wrong link. Apologies, my fault. All right, now I will refresh this one. So you got more time to get a question in. I think I answered that one last week. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even thought about it. Okay, Dayrox asks, how many more Dracaria keys are there to give away? And how are you going to distribute them? Okay, so last I recall, and this, this is by no means authoritative. It's whatever we have out there. There were 12 keys that we have not given away that were of the original 42 that we were going to give away. Okay, so the 12 also, there were, if I understand correctly, 3 accounts that are no longer on Twitter. Now, one of those, I do believe that we reconciled they just changed their account ID, but it's the same account and everything resolves to it. And they're also a longtime community member, so we know them. So that was an easy one. I believe there are 2 more that we might not be able to give away. So what we have said is that therefore, if I'm right, that there are 12, so that would mean there are 14 to give away. And those 2, if they are able to authenticate themselves somehow, or prove that they are, we can always give them another gateway key for a future season. So hopefully no harm done. But and we think that one of them at least was a bot. So we'll see, and maybe both. I'm not sure, because they haven't responded at all or something. So one way or another, that's the amount, and we'll get the actual amount when as we do it, of course. But the way we're going to give them away, like say right now, I'm planning, if they will have us, to go on our Friends' podcasts, which would be Lee, Sean, Lisa, and whoever else will have us. I'm hoping to, maybe we can get on with Full Value Dan. Sometimes it's hard to get hold of him because he's a pretty busy guy. And there are a couple of other places. Oh, NYC, of course. Probably a lot of you are watching out there. Hopefully Dion will have us on and we can give one away there. So that'll be one way. Then I said earlier, probably also here on this show, if we have any left over, on the roundtable as well. And then potentially just on X, we might do an X space. And if we still have some left over, like say if we launch next week or something, then we might have some left over while we are still in the spawn cycle, in which case we could give them away on when we potentially even when we announce the animators. And we think we're going to have a live program that would be special, where we'll have the animators on and kind of walk through the process that they have to have created these beautiful dragons. So pay attention. That'll be a really interesting. I mean, I want to see some of the stuff that we're going to have on that. It'll be really cool. So maybe we give one away there, but suffice it to say, we will follow Dracaria World, follow Dragonchain on X, and watch this show, and maybe we do something for the people that watch this show, or a roundtable, right, where we give them away after everything's done, for anybody who's still on, right? So anyway, stuff like that. And if anybody has any creative ideas that will help get more attention, that we would be very interested in that, right? Because we want to get as much attention as we can for this. I will say any more standard marketing or other things, we are going to hold off until 1, there's budget, and 2, until there's something to buy. Right now there's nothing to buy, so right now it's just, okay, you're going to get a gateway key, and that's kind of there for those of you that have been supporting us and paying attention all this time. So hopefully we can get them to all of the best Dragonchain and Dracaria fans out there. So great question, Dayrox. Next, Opa 49 question. He voted up first. Question: what is the use case for DEX, and should everyday holders run through the gauntlet of KYC on its platform in regards to Dragon? Looking forward to Dracaria, ever so patiently waiting. Thank you very much. DEX is, and you can, I'm not potentially the best person to describe the entire vision, but it is essentially a very powerful tokenization platform. And when I say powerful, the fact that it is it's hybrid because it is using Dragonchain. They're running a Dragonchain L1 node, and because it is the most advanced implementation of liquidity pools out there in the entire market, because it uses Dragonchain, they can actually codify regulatory requirements. I mean, they're doing bonds, they're doing pieces of art. I do believe that they have, and again, I'm not a lawyer, and especially understanding European law, but they have all of the compliance set up and ready. They are I don't know if the term would be registered or not, but they are legally able to sell certain types of assets and securities, I believe, on that marketplace. And it is entirely possible that Dragon could be put up there. It is entirely possible that well, you already know about the patent tokenization, the patent portfolio tokenization. There very well might be an integration of that, and that's one of the things that we're still waiting on feedback for. Some combined interesting utility between Dragon and these new portfolio tokens. So pay attention there. And I mean, it's up to you entirely, right? I mean, I'm not going to give you advice about identity or legal at all for sure. But they have to have KYC for some, I believe, for a lot of the stuff on there, because you have to transfer euros in or dollars into euros on the platform, and so they have to have KYC for some of the regulatory controls that they have to follow. So it is definitely up to you. I would do it. I have done it. I've run through their KYC there. So I do believe it's pretty simple stuff. It's what you would expect in any exchange in the US at least, and very similar. I can't remember which platform they're using for the KYC, but I would say yes, but I'm not going to recommend it to you because I'm not a lawyer, and I don't know where you live or any of the rest of that. But I know that it's going to be exciting, and I'm very excited about what they have built and the partnerships that are in motion. They have a bunch of things that and you think about the banks and a lot of the financial services. It takes quite a while to get everything approved and in place and turned on. So but I think it would be worth doing it. I know you can already and I don't know what's active, but you can already buy pieces of art there. They've had multiple pieces of art go their full process where people have bought the tokens, and then the art has actually sold in the real world, and there's a buyback that happens with a you make money. It's an interesting thing. They've already had that happen multiple times with collectibles and art, and they've also they have, I believe, some thoroughbred horses on there that you can buy the tokens of, so that were they were fully tokenized. Interesting stuff. Very, very interesting stuff. So pay attention there. Okay, let's see here. Next, Free Press. Do you think any of your partners are purposefully or have been purposefully trying to delay the release of what's coming? What do you mean what's coming? I'm not sure what you mean. Of our partners, I don't know. I mean, I think all of our partners that that we are actively working with are loyal and proven loyal, by the way, good people. We have had, we have had some partners that, most of them, by far, most of them, I do think most of our partners that haven't remained, it's not like, oh, they left Dragonchain. It's just they didn't get funding. That happens a lot, by the way. Or they, maybe they, a couple of them, we had one partner that was working with Den for a while, and it just, when everything came around, it didn't quite make sense to do what they were going to do. Timing was wrong, or maybe their own customer network, it just didn't make sense. So there's a little bit of that going on in some of the history, but by and large, most everybody that we've dealt with has been honorable and good. I don't think anybody's trying to delay the release of what's coming. I do think we do try to keep a lid on stuff, because I got so tired of people saying, oh, this is going to happen, and then it doesn't happen when people expect it. So you can't predict that stuff. So it's better just to never say anything until it happens, and then people complain on the other side. So it's kind of silly. And what we're doing now is just trying to stay away from the typical hype BS, and trying to make things happen as real as possible. Like, say, with Dracaria, if we would have announced some of the partners, it would have been a hype thing before it would have helped us, right? So we'll see. But yeah, I don't think anybody is. But there are some people in our past that and by the way, there are a couple of partners in our past that aren't partners anymore. They've just not gotten the funding or whatever else, and we're being polite. We're not going to throw them under the bus or anything, unless they say something nasty. But it's mostly things just happen, and we're hoping there are some of them that haven't gotten funding and have kind of faded away, that I hope they get funding, and then they come back, and then all is well, and we can build something together. So that'll be the fun stuff, but we'll see. All right. Those are the questions. That is all the questions. So every participant with a unique question will get lot from the Dragonchain layer. If you had multiple questions, you only get credit for one. And I reserve the right to revise and extend my remarks. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to cover about Dracaria. The one thing is, make sure, go to dracaria.com. Click the register button, sign up. It's a pretty simple sign up. We're probably going to convert Den to do the same thing. And then once you're signed up, if you have a gateway key that you've won, make sure you send Jason or me, or both of us, or you can, post it to the community. You can either give your display name, if you don't want to give your email address, or you can give your email address, and we can find your account and give you your gateway key. I don't know what day we will be posting the gateway keys. I mean, it might be tomorrow, it might be weekend. It depends on when we can get to it. But I do advise, as soon as you can, to get in there and make sure you let us know where they are, because as soon as it turns on, you're going to want to go and spawn an egg. And by the way, a careful note, there are a couple of people that had won multiple gateway keys because they were persistent and they were always on the X space, and we didn't limit it. So maybe we should have, but still, a couple of people won more than one gateway key. So I wanted to at least offer an idea to them, and this is totally up to them, doesn't matter at all, but I would love to see, and it would be interesting, I think, for everybody to see if one of the keys wasn't used, because it's they're only going to be this, there never again will be these Genesis keys. And it'll be a super interesting thing if somebody has a Genesis key that they've never used, right? Which, I'm only getting one, so I'm going to use it, right? And I want to, have a dragon in the Genesis season spawned, right? So because and by the way, there is something, two things to talk about. The first is there is a big white paper update coming that's going to essentially be all of the things that have been added in the past month or 2 months, a couple of changes, but a lot of things that were conceptual things that we have just added and either are rolled out or the code is there. They will be rolled out either in Genesis or Earth season. So there will be a bunch of new info there. So pay attention for that. We'll make a big announce on that as well. Hopefully that'll happen this week or beginning of next week. And as long as I can get to all of it, there's a lot of it. And then the other thing is the how do I say some of the season algorithm stuff is changing. We have a 28-day season with a 14-day spawn cycle, and there are, I don't know, there are a lot of different changes, and we do have a DAO vote on a couple of things, which I'll have to probably wait to release some of that until the DAO vote is finalized. But hopefully it'll get finalized fast. And gosh, what else? Like supply for Earth season. We're trying to figure out if it's going to be 50 or 100. I think 50 is so few, but still, it'll be interesting. And gosh, what else? The gateway key giveaways. I don't know. There's probably something else, but we'll clue you guys in as that stuff happens, and we'll make announcements on X and Den and everywhere else. So just pay attention. So as it is, make sure that if you like, go to Dragonchain.Store and buy some Dragonchain merch. It's summer, get a hoodie. But we are going to hopefully get some good Dracaria merch up there. I haven't had time to even touch it, but that should happen at least in Genesis season, and maybe we'll have some special Genesis season items. What if you guys want, we could even have some special things for people who have gateway keys in the Genesis season, right? Or who knows, right? Where you can only get it if you have that, and maybe we'll do that also for other seasons in the future when they're sponsored keys and stuff like that. So anyway, watch for that. Go to Dragonchain.Store, buy some stuff now. And if you are able, go to legalfund.dragonchain.com. We still need to, I don't know we'll ever have enough to pay off the legal bill, but you can go there and help us out, and we can at least get to some point where we can, maybe get it mostly paid off, and who knows, we'll figure it out. Also, let's see here, make sure that you watch us again same time next week. We'll let you know if we have anything going on in between then and now. I do think, depending upon when we launch, we're probably going to want to do a live launch video, so we'll just probably pop up. And we're thinking that we want to do season starts on Mondays. So I don't know yet, because it's 28 days, so it'll repeat every period on at least the Monday. So pay attention. We'll hopefully it'll be next week. I don't know. We'll see. So and watch World Blockchain Roundtable today at 1100 Eastern, 1500 UTC. Follow Dragonchain, Real Denizens, Dracaria World, and Jojo Row on X and on Den.Social. I think that's it. So thanks a bunch for being here and for spreading the news, helping us defeat the SEC. We all did that together, and really appreciate that you guys have been here for us. So exciting stuff is coming. It's not as fast always as you want, but when it comes, it's going to be amazing. So thanks so much. See you soon.
Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best.
Adaptable, all capital, label radical yet rational. Adaptable approach is palpable. If this animal is fallible, but that conclusion is laughable. So with for all detachable from the mandible, you see it now.